Hey guys, in this video I'll teach you how to do one of the simplest braids to get you started on your rainbow loom band. For this braid I'm going to use 4 colours, but you could use as many as you wanted, down from a minimum of 2 to get a nice striping effect. So for this braid I'm going to be using green bands, turquoise bands, pink and dark blue, and it works for anything from 2 upwards. Okay, so before you get started I'd organise your colours into 4 groups. And that way, as you're doing it, you'll remember the pattern as you go. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do, take your first colour, choose the pin number 1, and then start at the top of the pin and stretch it so it goes low down on your second pin like that. So it should look something like that. So begin at the top of the first pin and go down low on the second pin. Then with your next band, you're going to start at the top of the one you finished with, and you're going to stretch it down low onto the next one. So it should look a little bit like that. So you always start on top of the previous one and go down low onto the next one. Okay, and then we just continue. So I'm going to take my third colour, start at the top of the previous one, go down low onto the next one. Start at the top of that one and go down low onto the next one. And then you just repeat your colour sequence as you go to get a nice patterned effect. Okay, we'll fast forward towards the end of this, and when we're out of it, I'll show you how to go on braid it together. And there we go, we're at the end of our loom. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our loom hook and we're going to gently press down all the rubber bands there lower down on each of the pegs. This way, when we come to the braiding in a minute, it's going to be a little bit easier to lift up the bands. Or you can use your fingers, which can work a little bit quicker. As you can see, 2 fingers between and push down, presses down all the pegs on the other side. So it gets nice and flat just like that. So you've got lots of space to top your pegs for doing the next part. There we go. Okay, so starting at the end, this isn't actually as complicated as it looks once you get started. Take your loom hook and then look at the end here. So we've got our top rubber band and our bottom rubber band. We're going to hook in the middle. You're going to hook up the lower rubber band. I'm going to put it down because I'm going to need to rest the loom in my hand. I'm going to pull it up over the peg. You see how it's pulling the green rubber band over the top of the peg, like that. So this way, the rubber band is around the peg, but if you look closely, the green band is actually looped through it. That's what's going to hold it together. So let's repeat that for the next one. Take your loom hook, it's going to go through the next one. So down to the bottom, hook up the bottom one, up through that gap in the middle, over and around the peg. Then for the next one, down through the middle, hook up the bottom one, around the peg, up and over. Then what you can do to make life easier is push them down as you go. Keeping low on the pegs makes it easier to lift up. Up comes the next one, over the top and push down. And we'll fast forward to the end to show you the last part of the bracelet. And there we go, we've got to the end of our loom. So on this end here, this is where we start to link the bracelet together to finish. Down here we've got 2 rubber bands. What we're going to do is we're going to take one of the little S-shaped plastic connectors you get in the loom sets, and then very carefully you're going to need to hook the S onto the rubber bands there. Now a good way of doing this is with one hand you stretch the rubber bands out from the loom. This makes them thinner and it makes it easier to get the band on, and then using the S just clip it on like that. Now you've got that hooked on there, you should be able to pull both rubber bands very gently, start at one end of the loom and start to unhook your braids. And if you've done it correctly, all the rubber bands should stay braided together and your bracelets or necklace, depends how long you want it to be, should be complete. Don't get overly enthusiastic here, just in case the rubber bands are still thin, you don't want to accidentally break it. And there you have it, all one piece, all together, and the last step to put it all together is to take the S on the end you just had, the single rubber band on the other end, and then just clip them together like that. And there you have it. pop on your wrist, one completed simple braid band using the rainbow loom. If you enjoyed this, then stay tuned for some other videos. So I'm going to be showing you how to do a fishtail weave in the next one. But thanks for joining me. Have a go yourself, and don't forget to post any photos or videos of you making it. Thanks very much for watching.